As Newcastle look for their first win under Kevin Keegan. One in the air by Larson. Here's Smith to Duff. It's off Olaf Melberg, and it gives Newcastle United the first corner kick of the game. Newcastle have had more success against Villa over the Premiership years than they have against any other opposition. Milner's cross. Oh, and it's an own goal, I think. But Newcastle United have the lead, and it's Michael Owen who celebrates with his hand in the air. Newcastle have the lead at Villa Park inside 4 minutes. And what a way for Owen to roar back. It's a lovely arcing cross, bending in towards the near post. And Owen put his head in. Slight deflection off Barry, but no doubt Owen will claim the goal. That's the way to answer Fabio Capello, who ignored him for England against Switzerland. Well, Larson has a little bit of space, and Young, of course, has bags of pace. And takes on Bay on the outside and pulls it in, looking for Carew, away by Taylor. Baumer, blocked by Milner. Barry! That hit Barton, did it hit a hand? Well, it certainly hit Joey Barton on the arm. Was Maloney pulling Barton there? Was Barton pulling Maloney? Oh, and what did Barton do there just before he handled it? A real tussle between the two. Maloney didn't complain at all to the referee, but Barton was very lucky to get away with that on 2 levels. Into Reo-Coker, they'll want to switch it left. Here's Baumer. Young hugging the touchline like a real old-fashioned left winger. Milner and Duff doubling up on him, and Young's gone beyond the two of them. Strong challenge by Barton. Trickery by the young England player. And a jarring challenge by the former Manchester City man. Baumer's header. Free kick given away by Barton. I just sense that if Barry can get on top of Joey Barton in their personal tussle, then Aston Villa could gain ascendancy in the game. Ashley Young's free kick. Carew's on the end of it. Good reactions from Gibbon. And really, from that position, a man of his experience should have scored. Kept out, though, by a splendid goalkeeper. Ashley Young has switched to the right side in the second half. Maloney has dropped back to the left-hand side with Hayward on as a substitute through the middle. Reo-Coker looks to bring Maloney into it. And now Baumer onto his right foot. Oh, and it's in! Gibbon was wrong-footed. An element of fortune about Villa's goal too. Within 3 minutes of the restart, it's 1-1. Good vision by Reo-Coker, saw the run of Maloney. But when Baumer went in on his right foot, I thought the chance might have gone. Why was the goalkeeper wrong-footed? Was there a deflection on the way through off Habib Bey that took it away from Gibbon? And Baumer celebrates his first strike for Aston Villa, but both goals have gone in off defenders. Aston Villa roaring and on top now. Young's corner. It's in! It's 2-1! And the big man gets it. What a turnaround. Just stole a yard from his defender. Used his arms to lever himself into that position, mind you. The back header. And though Duff was at the far post, it's Martin O'Neill and Villa celebrating. second half gloom where there was first half optimism. Well, Given is being replaced here. I wonder if he was hurt in the first goal. A pensive Dennis Wise. Decisions have been made by the Newcastle board, but victories aren't coming. Rio Coca looks for Barry, skips away from Milner. Here's Maloney. Maloney's cross. Carew! Delicate ball, curved in. There's that back header again. And Carew thought he had a second. And that's come off Stephen Carr. Barry's corner. Kashapa's header. And it dropped to Gardner. Oh, good effort. Well, there's nothing wrong with the technique of Craig Gardner there. On the run, hit it crisply, kept it down. Really good strike at goal, and fine goalkeeping from the sub-halfer. Ashley Young will take it. That's poor. Milner away. Gardner again. Oh, and a lovely save by Harper once more. Denied twice in as many moments, and he was hurt, the goalkeeper, by this. Beautiful strike. It ricocheted through as well. Deflection, and it hit him in the face. Well, he may not have known much about it, but it was good goalkeeping. Young's corner, the downward punch. This is Maloney, hit his own player, I think. It's not away yet. How, and it's back in Carew! What a second half for Aston Villa! Newcastle have been blown away. He makes two brilliant saves. The downward punch didn't help him. Newcastle failed to clear. On by Harewood. But got a header away, straight to Carew. The bounces are going Villa's way. They deserve them the way they're playing. It's rip-roaring stuff. Time for jubilation. A blistering 25-minute period in which Aston Villa have shot Newcastle to pieces and broken a few hearts along the way. On to Smith from Milner. That's a fine ball by Milner to Owen. All alone up front. Well played, Michael Owen. The finish didn't match the approach. He worked the space, he got himself into the shooting opportunity. Leaning back, it went wide. Very little time now for Newcastle. Bayer's given it away, he had little support, and was under pressure immediately from this man, Maloney. Carew is in the middle. Poor cross, Kashapa, horrible defending. Young very nearly pounced. Handball, penalty, handball by Carr, penalty to Aston Villa. Will they give it to Carew? An afternoon that promised so much for Newcastle has delivered only misery again. Carr's arm came up and over. He's been given the ball and the task of completing the hat-trick this afternoon. We're in the last minute. John Carew's last hat-trick was 7 years ago for Valencia against Villarreal. And he has his first hat-trick for Aston Villa. A magnificent second-half display, full of raw power. Hit with venom. There was only one place this was going to go. Carew hat-trick. Villa 4, Newcastle United 1. Emre. Headed away by Carew. Maloney loses possession. Emre. Goes for goal, good save, terrific game. Good goalkeeping. It's a game that started with Michael Owen hoping he'd written the headlines. They were stolen away from him by John Carew, and a terrific hat-trick in a magnificent Aston Villa second-half display. You would not have put your shirt on them doing anything in the second period, the way they played in the first. But the points are with Aston Villa, and the bonus money is for their hat-trick hero.
Even I'm baffled to what happened second half. You know, the same 11 players going out, same numbers on the shirts, same people, but never really got going. I guess the first goal was a hammer blow and very unlucky. You know, got deflected and the goalkeeper pulled his groin, Shea pulled his groin trying to get it. I think normally would have saved it despite the deflection. And then another goal straight afterwards, a poor one. And from that point on, it was always going to be a massive mountain to climb for us.
We have some excellent players. I know John, when he's playing like that, there is an absolute handful. He is superb, really. And Marlon, who's been biding his time every single time he's come on in recent matches, he has had a major influence in the game, so that was important.
Fantastic day for all of us. You know, it looked a bit complicated after the first half, but in the second half we really changed the match and played the football that we can, and created a lot of chances and scored a lot of goals. It was fantastic.
Obviously delighted with the win, delighted with the attitude of the team, delighted with the way they've been playing, and the fans have gone home delighted themselves, because it was a monumental second half for us.
I honestly believe that within this football club there's enough talent, to keep us in this division, and then to rebuild, you know, around some of that talent, not all of it, but around most of that talent. There's not a lot wrong with this football club, but those little things that are wrong need putting right quickly, and once we get all the little things right, the big things will take care of themselves, I'm sure of that.
Yakubu was taking 5 days to get back from Ghana. Tim Cahill returned in 2 from Melbourne, where he was playing for Australia in midweek. Yakubu's absence infuriated David Moyes, especially as Joseph Yobo did get back on time. Former Evertonian John Aston makes only his 3rd start of the season for Reading. Sonko replaces the suspended Ingimarsson. Harper went in for Reading and won it, and this is the skipper Murty. And the free kick goes Reading's way. Phil Jagielka stretched his leg out across Kitson. Everton defenders here, contending not only with Reading's free kick, but also a low sun coming over the top of the Park End stand of Goodison and shining into the Gladys Street. The keeper, Tim Howard, hasn't got a cap on. Hunt tries to take advantage, and Howard just about managed to keep it from creeping over the line. Have to wonder if the keeper might be calling for a cap soon. Cahill to Arteta. Andrew Johnson, chased by Cisse. Johnson, comfortable for Hahnemann. Worked the space well, Johnson, just cut inside. Cisse got the shot away. It was on target, but it's pretty comfortable, to be honest, for Hahnemann. It's not that bad, Marty, wake up. Jolien Lescott. That's a very good ball in from Lescott, which was well cleared by Khalifa Cisse, and then Carsley's foot was high, and Hunt is livid and has to be dragged away from reacting to Carsley. Hunt thinks that Carsley went over the top of the ball. Hunt's reaction was absolutely livid. Mikel Arteta. Osman, good turn, got away from Harper. Cahill! Great opportunity. Oh, Tim Cahill is such a good goal-scoring midfielder, and this was such a good chance. It's a long way wide. Here's Vaughan running with Sonko. And he's beaten Sonko. Cahill in the middle, Johnson in the middle. Cahill! Oh, and he just couldn't get enough of a toe onto it.
So close, Cahill. Just a toe would have put it away. Matiowski to Harper, chased by Cahill. And Doyle will keep this in. Jagielka with him. Yobo only as far as Harper. Through Cahill, Hunt at the back post! And Howard took it comfortably in the end. It was well worked, this. Hunt arriving at the back post, trying, I think, to head it back across goal for Kitson rather than to score himself. Howard anticipated it and cut it out fairly comfortably. Now Lescott. Corner. Game just beginning to stretch a little bit and open up a bit. Played an hour, and for the first time in the game you get the feeling it might not end 0-0 after all. Arteta with the corner kick, out by Kitson. Osman didn't quite fall down for him as he wanted, and the header is square and into the back of the net from Jagielka as Reading look for offside, which is not given. Oh, Reading were looking for offside here. Kitson's clearing header. Osman brought it down, then lofted it back into the danger area. And is Jagielka offside? Just might be that Doyle played him on as Osman lofted it back in. Now, is Doyle on just outside the edge of the 6-yard box as Osman lofts that in? It does look like he is playing Jagielka onside. Osman. Oh, it's a good cross, it came off the bar. Arteta. Shorey in front of him, beaten by Arteta, still Arteta, good block. Absolutely hurled himself in the way, Cisse. And they might break here, Matiowski, Hunt down the middle, oh, well cut out by Jagielka. Well, Leon Osman here, the curling cross against the face of Hahnemann's bar. Goalkeeper's positioning was a bit awry. Neville in a really good position now. Vaughan, the spectacular, almost pulled it off as well. Well, I'm not sure, but I suspect this was going wide from James Vaughan. Great technique, though. Oh, Jimmy Kive's done well. Kive for Reading, can he equalise? Oh, it's a really good block by Jagielka. He could have knocked it into the path of Doyle. Instead, he went for goal. Blistering pace. Look at the position of Doyle, though, in space to his right-hand side, never a second thought. Matiowski takes. Shane Long here. Hit Carsley, they're appealing for handball. Harper drives! And it just hit the woodwork. Fell to Harper, just flicked off the outside of Tim Howard's post. There was a shout for handball. It was outside the penalty area, I think. Now Johnson in behind, can he finish? He must, he's missed. Should have made it too. Well, might he bite his knuckle, because that is a great chance. Andrew Johnson should not be missing from there.
We've had a couple of games we've not scored any goals, so I was a little bit worried today it was going to go that way again. But we got the goal in the end, and you know, whatever way you do it at the moment, the points are really important. But you know, we can play better, and we have played better.
I don't think any of the bottom 8 or 9 teams feel comfortable at this stage of the season. I think you know, it's up to people to have good runs, but the ones who have poor runs, obviously like ourselves, you're going to be sucked into it. I don't think anyone feels comfortable in that bottom section.
Were you pretty confident when you put that one away that you were onside?
Yeah, like I said, I just headed it back across. You know, I felt people around me. I weren't sure if they were obviously black shirts or blue shirts, but thankfully there was at least one black shirt keeping me on, and it managed to drift in the bottom corner.
I've got to ask you whether you will consider Yakubu for selection UEFA Cup games coming up.
It's internal, and I'll decide when I'm going to use him again.
We'll talk about that shortly. But Everton edged home yet again, got themselves in a decent position for possibly qualifying for the Champions League.
Well, it's the type of game that if you're going to do well, you've got to win. Problems during the week with Yakubu, strong management